All right, we're back for a part 2 of South Florida's martial madness and who's who and who's training and who you should look out for. Today's topic, we're going to talk about the ninjas of South Florida. It's bright and early here. I'm waiting for my students. I'll show you around my beautiful dojo here. See around real quick. Oh, what's this? Oh, what is this? Our official Penchak Silat Kuntao Griptrainer, courtesy of my dear friend LSzabo. Crazy Lassie, who always had incredible ways to train. I learned a lot from him in the years of working for him and getting my ass kicked by his infallible knife skills. Anyhow, these are something you can make really, really cheap. So you can get this harness, these carabiners on Amazon. This harness you can get at lifelineusa.com. This is the older version of the Jungle Gym. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. But this is the older version, the first one. And then these guys here are just mountain climbing grip trainers. Okay. So we use these a lot to do pull-ups, different positions, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 4 fingers, all hands. Okay. Back to the subject. So the ninjas of South Florida. Well, there's a couple guys. Okay. I don't know if they want me to even mention them, but I'm going to mention them anyways. There's a good friend of mine, Mike Gaudio. He's the real deal. He's the real deal Bujinkan ninja, trained by people from Hatsumi's group, and he's trained with Hatsumi. Mike is one of the best or better Bujinkan guys I know. Truly an incredible martial artist and a good friend of mine, a brother to me. I respect him a lot. He's also very skilled in everything that has to do with law enforcement. I'll leave it at that. You have also a good friend of mine who unfortunately is never given the credit by other ninjas, but he knows his stuff. Mr. James Dupree. Now, this is a honorary award ceremony for Mr. James Dupree. James is a good friend of mine, also a student of mine in Silat. There's a lot of guys that train with me and they use what we show them to improve their arts, and that's okay, that's fine. And I think that they should continue their arts as well. Mr. James Dupree was never promoted by his instructor because his instructor was always holding him back. Well, there's another ninja in South Florida that can promote people, and that's me. See, I train with Dr. Glenn J. Morris, okay? And I got up to a 6th Dan black belt level with him in his version of Ninpo Taijutsu. And funny story, a quick story. The reason why I pursued Silat so much was because Dr. Morris, my teacher, told me to go do it. Anyhow, by the power vested in me by Dr. Glenn J. Morris, James Dupree, I now announce you an official ninja, a Shihan, under Dr. Morris and myself. How do you like that? Anyhow, a lot of people are, and it happens in all the arts, you get these instructors that are just jackasses that do not want to promote their students, and they don't want to do it out of fear of those students taking away the other students, or out of fear of opening up schools and whatnot. This is a bad thing, you know. I could see where an instructor would have a problem with a student. I had a problem like that in South Florida down here with a student of mine that would come here, used to come to class maybe for about a year. He thinks he trained longer, but the reality is he only trained once a week or once every other week. And when he would train, he would come in late, he would leave late. Now in my class, if you come in late, that means you're missing a lot of the conditioning and a lot of the traditional work. And if you leave early, that means you're also missing out on the conditioning and the strength training. So this guy, for about a year, that's what he did. And he came to me one time saying he needed money and that if it was okay to teach a self-defense class. I said, yeah, sure. I said, go ahead, go teach a self-defense class, make yourself some money, that's fine with me. However, I told him, do not teach at a certain person's school that was about a mile away from me, simply because my instructors did not like this person. So out of respect to my instructors, we kept that promise. What did he do? He ended up going over there to teach under this instructor's school. And he was teaching behind my back over there. And then he did the thing where he went and told my other students, hey, you should come train with me. Guru's not teaching you, I'll teach you, blah, 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 blah. Which is a big no-no. So in that respect, I can understand why certain instructors, like myself, have been upset at people who do certain things like this. Now, this is a guy I would have gladly promoted had he put in his time, had he not been so lazy, and had he actually worked and done the traditional movements. So anyhow, we will not give his real name, but we will call him Pollito. And I know, Pollito, that you're watching this. You, my friend, are a fraud. Pollito went on to find an organization where you could pay $500 and they will give you a certificate without putting in any goddamn time. So people like this do exist, and I can understand if an instructor has an issue with people like this. I have an issue with people like this too. They're losers, okay? So we're going to show Pollito the secret juru he never got. The loser juru. Anyhow, back to the subject about ninjas. There's some great ninjas out there, okay? There's some crazy ones too. The guy that, I don't even know where the hell he is now, but he runs around town, does seminars, teaches people, but he likes to hurt his students. And he also likes to not promote his students who deserve to be promoted. He keeps his students away from going to see Hatsumi Sensei. Stay away from a guy like this. He's not okay in the head, and he's not a good guy. Okay, I've dealt with this idiot before. I have students that dealt with this idiot before. A lot of his students now became my students. And by the power vested in me and Dr. Glenn J. Morris, who's the 10th Dan under Hatsumi Sensei, I promote my students to Shihan. So, there you go. There's a couple other ninjas down here. There's another guy that went to Japan and paid an exorbitant amount of money to get a certificate. He's an older guy, white-haired fellow. I'm not going to mention names, but he rolls around town as if he's some sort of authority on the ninja subject. Anyhow, the guy can't fight his way out of a wet paper bag. Stay away from him. So if you want to learn Bujinkan, I recommend highly Mike Gaudio. Seek him out. I also recommend, well, now he can't necessarily say Bujinkan, but he can teach you Taijutsu and Ninpo. Well, he can say Bujinkan, fuck it, because my teacher was in the Bujinkan. So he can go ahead and help you out. His name's James Dupree. There's also a couple other guys, but they're kind of shady, so I'm not even going to bother to mention them. So if you want the real deal ninja, Mike Gaudio, he's the one to go see. If you want to learn tropical ninjutsu, which I call Penchak Silat, come see me. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you.